There we go. Okay. Wow. Alrighty, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna make sure everything's working. How's everyone doing? Enjoying HAHcon so far? Let me know if the mic is too loud or anything. Okay, and just a lot of comments about how Celestia sucks. Okay, that's a good time to start then. All right, so welcome everyone. Welcome to Scooter Trick Studios. Yeah, welcome to HAHcon. So I will be your host for this evening for the history of the My Little Pony Abridged series. So kind of going to be talking about the major series, what they did, their sort of legacy, how they died, their ultimate demise, and kind of just general stuff like that. So without further ado, just checking here. Oh, it's quiet actually. Let's see. Wow. Okay. How is that? Is my mic okay? You have to post in the chat because I honestly can't hear how it is. And they all stop. Okay. I'm going to assume that my mic is good because I can't see the chat basically after this. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So then let us begin. First I want to start off with what is an actual abridged series. So this is from the Urban Dictionary, and this is an abridged series is an animation, typically a movie, TV show, or video game that is edited to be a shorter, and it's a fan dub, usually for reasons of comedic parody. Now, in 2013, they had this is from sort of the Brony analysis community. They had this podcast where they were talking about the three major Pony Abridged series at the time. And they were talking about, they kind of talked mostly about friendship as witchcraft. It was a lot of it was sort of a rant on it. But one of the criticisms that they brought up with that is that witchcraft wasn't really like a proper, like, abridged parody because it was so different from the original source material. Now, I'd argue that just like the Pony Abridged series in general are all basically like that, and they've sort of demonstrated this and sort of gone away from the norm of what you would call a typical abridged series, and we will be seeing that as we go forward. Now, there are about maybe over 30 or so My Little Pony Abridged series. We're not going to go over all of them in this. But we'll just be going over sort of the major ones, the ones that had a lot of influence. So without further ado, let's begin the history of the My Little Pony Abridged series. So our story begins in 2011, and this is a pretty good time for making an abridged series. There's a lot of them. They're popping up all over the place. And you have, it's like the YouTube algorithms benefit them and everything. And then this hit new show comes out called Friendship is Magic. And everyone starts making all sorts of fan content of it. They make songs and little captions on pictures. Not quite animations yet. But there is inevitably going to be, with all these adult fans of this show, there is inevitably going to be a My Little Pony Abridged series. And lo and behold, on Equestria Daily, we get this sort of, I guess, casting call for MLP Abridged. And it's this big team. They have a lot of writers and editors and everything. And they're like, we are going to make this awesome My Little Pony Abridged series. Please come and voice this series for us. So they get a bunch of people on board. But as the weeks and the months start to go by, it becomes quite apparent that this team they don't really know what they're doing. Not a very experienced team. There's a lot of power struggles. A lot of roles get swapped around. At one point, they even give a script to one of the cast members to write, which he does, and they like it, but then they start changing everything, and this one cast member just kind of gets fed up, and they're like, you know what, I am going to leave you guys, and I'm going to make my own Pony Abridged series. And so he does. He leaves. Now, this guy is going to become kind of important later on, so we'll get to him in a moment. But back to MLP Abridged, things just kind of go from bad to worse. I think they do actually make a couple episodes in the end, but this is way off of schedule, and cast members just keep on leaving. Some of them even leave the fandom. It's just sort of a mess, and this massive team just sort of collapses under its own weight. So the first ever My Little Pony Abridged series never happened. Now, while all this is going on, we have an experienced abridging team. This is the Sonic Paradox team, who make the Sonic F Abridged series. And, on April 1st, they are scheduled to release their next exciting episode of Sonic F the Abridged. But instead of that, fans get a My Little Pony Abridged instead, because it's April Fool's Day, April 1st. Now, this isn't just like a 30-second thing. This is a full-on abridged, pilot episode. And as you can imagine, the fans are not very happy about that. But there's surprisingly a lot of people who are on board, and they're like, is there going to be another episode? Is there going to be an episode 2? This prompts them to go, okay, we're going to make a new series, or we're going to make this into an actual series. So this is our first key series, and to my knowledge, this is the first ever My Little Pony Abridged series. Camaraderie is Supernatural. Now, this is going to be considered one of the big 3 My Little Pony Abridged series. It has a very unique story. It's also considered to be one of the closest sort of direct parodies of the actual show. And you're going to see this completely change as we go down the list of series. As we go through the years, things are going to get more and more different and creative. And so after this point, series just start popping up everywhere. People consider 2012 to be sort of the golden era of the of the Brony fandom itself. 2011 is the golden era for My Little Pony Abridged series. This is where all the Abridged series start popping up. This is where some of them are at their heights. They're at their golden age at this point. So this is really just the best time for being a My Little Pony Abridger, is 2011, right at the start. So you get the Knights of the Canterlot Bridge series, which comes out on May 8th. This one only made one episode, but it's so funny. Just go check it out. It's so great. And then on May 29th of 2011, you remember that guy that left the first Abridged series that wasn't? So he makes his first episode, and he's never done an Abridged series before. He's never written before. He's never edited before. But this is something that he's like, you know what? I think I can do something like this. This looks like fun. So he puts his hat into the ring. This is, of course, Greg Hoffman, and he makes our next key series, the Mentally Advanced series. Now, this is going to be an enormous series, debatably the most famous My Little Pony Abridged series. This series is kind of known as My Little Pony with Taxes, if you want to get a sense of what this one is about. So kind of having the cute little world of the My Little Ponies, but then you add in real life stuff like, taxes. So this one is going to have a lot of fighting with Hasbro, and kind of win in the end. But we'll get to that. But it's definitely notoriously kind of cynical and everything. But absolutely hilarious, and having one of the best cast of characters in any Pony Abridged series. Now, just about 12 days after this, approximately 12 days after this, there's another series that comes out. And this is from 2 individuals, and, they're in school, they like writing scripts, they can voice the characters, and they're like, let's make a pony parody series. And this is, of course, the one and the only Friendship is Witchcraft. Probably all of you have heard of this one. This is probably considered the My Little Pony Abridged series. It's definitely the most famous one, and its influence throughout the fandom is massive. I don't think any other Abridged series has had as much impact into the fandom as this one has. Witchcraft is known for, of course, its fantastic music and songs. Also, its production value is really good, and also it has a lot of memorable lines. It is also, unfortunately, known for being kind of loved by the masses and hated by the critics. As I mentioned before with the 2013 that podcast and all the Brony analysis, every single one of them was not a fan of the series, which is unfortunate because it is rather good. So then after this, 4 days after this, you get Spoof Series Show, which isn't quite a key series, but kind of notable. It's got 7 episodes. It's definitely one of the funnier series to come out. It's just an entertaining, fun ride. So then we get to about July, and this is where the Mentally Advanced series is making its best episodes. It's kind of July to October, and it's just at its height. In September, it's going to be making its Rainbow Dash Presents series, and that's going to be pretty good. It's going to have two series. So Rainbow Dash Presents is equally, if not more, famous than Mentally Advanced. So it's like these 2 hit series on one channel. It's just a really impressive feat there. Now, stepping a little back to September 15th, we have another key series that shows up, the Ultimate Abridged series, or My Little Pony, or I'm sorry, Friendship is Magic, the Ultimate Abridged series. Now, this one, it's kind of a key series. This one made 9 episodes. It didn't last very long, but it is one of the only My Little Pony Abridged series to actually go to BronyCon. So this one definitely has a lot under its belt. This one kind of a lot of video game references. If you're into video games, this one has a lot of that kind of stuff. And then the last one to kind of talk about that comes out this year is the My Little Pony Brony Edition. Again, sort of not kind of notable. This was sort of a different take on a bridge series in general, where it's sort of an improv parody series. So I think they actually made it to, they did all of season 1, and they had like a ton of Disney references. That's kind of what they're known for, is Disney references, and doing covers of Disney songs in the Abridged series. And this one is going to go for a while, but in the next year, things are going to get kind of messy. But it does have a bit of a future at this point. And then we get to November 2nd of 2011, and this is where Friendship is Witchcraft. So at this point, Friendship is Witchcraft, it isn't big at all, really. It's got some, moderate success and everything, but it's not huge like it is today. But this all changes, of course, after it makes episode 4 on November 2nd. Now, this episode does 2 things for Witchcraft. It introduces Pinky's Brew, the song Pinky's Brew, and it introduces the character of Sweetie Bot. Both of these things are going to become massive. They're going to be referenced in, like, Pinky's Brew, for example. That's referenced in the John Delancey documentary. It's in the actual song that he sings in the beginning of that thing. Not to mention there's countless remixes. It's going to get on the Everfree Network's top 100 list. And this is going to be a trend with Witchcraft. Again, they're really good with songs, so they're going to get a lot of their songs on these the Everfree Network's top 100. A lot of the remixes are going to get on the top 100. So lots of stuff like that. As for Sweetie Belle, I'm sorry about the chair, it's squeaky. As for Sweetie Bot, this one, there's just tons of fan art of this character, lots of animations, and there's even a team in Russia of engineers building a real-life Sweetie Bot. The team is still going. It's called the Sweetie Bot Project, and they actually had a panel at HAHcon last year, I believe. So, yeah. Now, let's see. Yes. Okay. So then we get to 2012. And right off the bat, we have, there are stirrings, there are rumors about that Hasbro might be taking down videos, might be taking down pony videos. There's just rumors at this point. We don't know. We don't know for sure, but I don't know. But if it is true, then the Abridged series might be on the chopping block there. Now, moving down, so this is where we start to see some series kind of die off a bit. So March 19th, the Ultimate Abridged series, they make their final episode. Now, they're not quite done yet because BronyCon is later this year, and they have a part to play in that. But as of their actual series, this is where their series ends. A little after that, in the next month, we have the Classy Raccoon Productions, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic Abridged, comes out. They throw their hat into the ring, see how what they can do. But they don't get a lot of traction subscriber-wise. Spoof Series Show ends in May 17th of the same year. And then we get to BronyCon. And so the Ultimate Abridged series, they reach out to Friendship is Witchcraft, and they say, yeah, hey, we're an Abridged series, and you're an Abridged series. Let's have an Abridged panel. Now, Witchcraft is kind of famous at that point, so they agree, and they have this pretty good-sized panel at BronyCon. So So this is, and I believe this is the first instance where the Pony Abridged series actually had panels at conventions. It was in 2012. So then we get to August 16th of this year, and this is the premiere of our next Key series, and it always kind of baffles me as to how this series is not known. I don't know why this series is not like talked about more, because it is so enormous. You take the Mentally Advanced series, which has like about 40 episodes in total with all its stuff. This series doubles that in episodes. It's covered 4 seasons, 2 movies, and has 91 episodes currently. Just an absolute monster. So this is, of course, I'm going to skip over here because I messed that up. Ultra Fast Pony. And I like to think of it as something like a sleeping giant. This thing is going to live through everything that's about to happen, and no one's going to know about it, but it's just going to keep on pumping out episodes for the next couple years, kind of sitting there laughing at everyone as everyone else sort of dies off. It's going to outlive lots of stuff. But Ultra Fast Pony. Now, going back to this, so Camaraderie is Supernatural. They get a panel at the Canterlot Gardens, hosted by Saberspark. They give out some free stuff, and then they also do a they release episode 3 of their series. So yeah, what the heck is Wakarb? Yeah. So they release I totally lost my train of thought. Yes, they release episode 3. Unfortunately, though, this is their last episode, as Hasbro comes down and starts murdering everything. And Camaraderie Supernatural is hit. The Mentally Advanced series is hit. Friendship is Witchcraft is hit. All these series, Classic Raccoons is hit. All these series are taken down or hit, or they're blocked in some areas. And Camaraderie, for one, is not going to recover from this. This is the end of the series. So the first ever My Little Pony Abridged series ends within a year. So then we get into 2013. And so again, January 16th, Friendship is Witchcraft is crippled. Most of his episodes are not, you can't see them in the US. They're all in Europe. And this is really demoralizing for the team. This is kind of gets them pretty hard. And they're not really going to recover from this. They're going to be around for a while, but it's kind of the beginning of the end for Friendship is Witchcraft. Also, CRP, the Classic Raccoon Productions, they also stopped production. Hasbro's hit them, and they're not getting enough subscribers or anything, so they're kind of like, okay, we'll just maybe stop this. That podcast I mentioned earlier, this is about the time when that happened. And then on September 24th of 2013, we get a trailer for a brand new series to come out, and it's going to be great. There's going to be, it's actually another Key series. A brand new series. Episode 1 is going to come out, but this episode will not come out for another 6 months. So moving on to December 12th of 2013, the Double Rainbow Philly My Little Pony Abridged series comes out. And this one, kind of another notable one. This one is sort of, I guess it's most notable for tackling episodes that are sort of later in the season. It didn't go in order or anything. So it did episodes that, like season 4, where no one else had gone there before. Yeah. So then we get to 2014. Now, this is an interesting year, because now that Hasbro has done its work and kind of destroyed a lot of these old series, there's sort of a bit of a gap of like what's going to come next, And on March 2nd, the Baroni edition comes back with a brand new reboot. And it's not an improv series this time. It's just it's very similar to Friendship is Witchcraft in terms of sort of the editing prowess. And people compare it to Witchcraft, and they say, this is, maybe this is like the next Pony Abridged series that will, that's going to be the next popular one. No, it's not. Basically what happens is it makes an episode 1, and then over the next couple months, it just sort of doesn't really make another episode. And it makes the first 4 minutes of episode 2, and then just kind of, it just falls apart. This is another one where like the team was really large, and a lot of people just lost interest over time, and they had other stuff to do, so that one just kind of fell apart. On March 2nd, on the same day, Baroni Tales comes out, which is another Pony Abridged series. This one kind of a bit more crude humor. And then on March 29th, that series that had the great trailer, 6 months ago for episode 1. It finally comes out, and this is our next keystone, I keep saying keystone. Our next key series, Friendship is for Adults. Now, this one is famous for being the dramedy. This is the dramedy series. And it's got some very dedicated fans. And it's basically like, it's not really known for its humor, but it's like the characters feel so real. They feel like real people. And it's just, you want to know more, and you want to see them succeed, you know. It just breaks your heart when something bad happens. And of course there's a lot of more adult themes in this one. All right. Now, taking a step back here. Okay, so 2014, this is a year where things start to change. And I want to bring back the ideas of like what an abridged series is and how things are starting to change. So Friendship is for Adults is very unconventional. It starts off as trying to do the episodes, and the episodes are like 20 minutes long. You know, these are really long episodes. It's not really an abridged series as much. But then they start doing sort of audio dramas with these characters, and they start kind of branching out to other things so that they have more control. You know, and so this starts to become like much more different than what the typical abridged series is. And then Mentally Advanced. So on May 16th, the Mentally Advanced series, you know, they've been hit by Hasbro. All their episodes are gone, and they're like, you know what? We're going to try and fix this. And so Greg, the creator of the Mentally Advanced series, he returns with episodes having still frames. So he's been kind of riding off of the Rainbow Dash Presents. That's been very successful, while Mentally Advanced kind of fell off. You know, Rainbow Dash Presents has been doing very well. So, you know, Greg's doing pretty well at this point. And he makes, this is kind of his idea of, well, why don't we use still frames instead of actual footage? So maybe this will get past the copyright. And again, abridging. It's like, is it still an abridged series if it's just using still frames? But this is going to work for mainly this year. But you'll see what happens to that. Now, on June 14th of 2014, another series comes out called Bean Quest. But it's taken down a month later because it sucks. So August 7th of 2014, this is where the Brony edition finally dies off. And then October 4th, we get the Chronicles of Friendship. And this one's kind of interesting because it's made by a bunch of reactors, people who react to the show and react to a bunch of pony content, and they say, why don't we make one ourselves? This one's not going to last too long, though. It actually dies off very early in the next year. And speaking of dying off, the Mentally Advanced series again is hit by Hasbro with a copyright strike. And so he says, okay, fine. If I can't do footage and I can't do still frames, I will animate this thing. So he sits down, starts learning how to draw, and he starts learning how to animate. And so we get the next incarnation of the Mentally Advanced series, the Mentally Advanced Negative series. And so this, of course, has its own original animation. And this is going to work pretty well. This is never going to get taken down, and it's going to go through 2015 and 2016 on a generally monthly basis. So these next couple years are basically owned by the Mentally Advanced series. Now, in 2015, we're still on 2014. So 2014, on October 31st, at approximately about 2 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. I had another slide there. There you go. That's the new Mentally Advanced series. I gotta keep track of my slides. So on about October 31st, 2 a.m., another key series is completed. And this is this one is premiered at a theater of about 100 film students. You know, and with some moderate, success there. And it is then officially released on November 1st of 2014. This is, of course, Scooter Tricks the Abridged, the meta series. Now, from this point on, I'm not going to lie, things are going to get a bit biased. I will try to keep things as objective as possible, but obviously it's going to be a little biased here. Now, Scooter Tricks is probably the most serialized Pony Abridged series ever. Starting off kind of normally, but then by the end just going completely off the rails, adding in its own animations and all sorts of stuff. So Scooter Tricks, again, kind of continuing this trend of, what is an abridged series and how it's sort of deviating and evolving and changing. And so they're going to start making episodes at about a monthly basis. So then we get to 2015. And right off the bat, Chronicles of Friendship makes their last episode. And then we get to March 8th of 2015, and this is where Scooter Tricks releases a top 10 Pony Abridged series list. Now, this list actually has a lot of benefits and has a lot of impact on the Pony Abridged scene. Checking the time there. Okay, we're good. And it's just sort of, there's a lot of things that happen. Classy Raccoon Productions, they come back after watching this list. They actually start making a couple episodes again. The Friendship Goes Hard, which I haven't talked about, which was around in 2013, got hit by Hasbro a lot. That one, they get revamped and start making new episodes. And I know some series also in the future are directly influenced by this top 10 list as well. So this does a lot of that kind of stuff. This is also kind of the point where, because when making this list, I was looking at all these other Pony Abridged series, and this is where I found Friendship is for Adults, and we start to discuss and talk about things. So Scooter Tricks and Friendship is for Adults start to get a relationship based off of this top 10 list, you could say. Now, Double Rainbow Philly finally ends their series at this point, and then on April 19th of 2015, Ultra Fast Pony reaches Equestria Girls. Now, it's not the first series to hit Equestria Girls, but, because you got Witchcraft has hit it at this point, and I think Webcake hit it, but with Ultra Fast, it actually got there based on numerical order. Like, it finished seasons 1, 2, and 3 first, before hitting the Equestria Girls movie. So an impressive feat from Ultra Fast Pony, and at this point, it is probably the longest series. Now, on June 4th of 2015, Friendship is Witchcraft does a panel. They do a panel for their episode 10 of Friendship is Witchcraft at Everfree Northwest. Now, what's interesting about this is that this is the actual episode. This episode is designed to be read to an audience. And they have like little fun things in the descriptions, and they call people up to do guest stars, and it's like they give them, like, they have to do a ridiculous voice, so again, it's like kind of pushing the boundaries there of like, is this still an abridged series or is it something else completely? What are we actually calling this? But nonetheless, a really creative way to make another episode. Now, speaking of Witchcraft, this is something kind of neat. So in 2015, Witchcraft was actually taught at Princeton University as part of a course, the fanfiction transformative works from Shakespeare to Sherlock. And it's just one of the viewings that the students would have to look at for the class. So kind of an interesting little tidbit there. Another one for Witchcraft, basically. So then we get to October 1st of 2015, and this is where Scooter Tricks has made a bold claim. It's like, we will make 6 full episodes on a weekly basis during October. At the end, it's like a daily basis by the end of October. It's going to be great. And Scooter Tricks delivers. They make some of their best episodes in this month. They do all 6 episodes, and it is fantastic. Scooter Tricks definitely benefiting from this. This is where they start to get a lot more subscribers from this thing. And while this is all going on, Scooter Tricks and Friendship is for Adults are becoming more and more friendly, and they're actually they're considering doing a collaboration. And so that is exactly what they do. In December of that year, of December 4th, we get the first ever My Little Pony Abridged crossover between Scooter Tricks the Abridged and Friendship is for Adults. This produces 2 episodes, 2 abridged episodes following characters that go into each other's series. And this is going to spawn another series as well, this crossover, but, so just a great thing there. Hang on one second. Yeah. So then we get to 2016. So this is going to be, this is another kind of interesting year. So Friendship is Witchcraft, right off the bat, they come back. They make another episode, of Horsewoman. They make part 2 of Horsewoman. They come back out of nowhere. People are like, oh my God, this is great. Witchcraft is back. But then immediately they basically end the series because this was kind of their last sort of thing. Both creators had kind of moved on from the project, had kind of outgrown it. And so this is where Friendship is Witchcraft officially ends on January 6th of 2016. Now, in March of this year, the Dual Shade Studios My Little Pony Abridged series comes out. And again, kind of going with this theme of the series changing and evolving. So what this series does is they take the ponies, they green screen them out and put them into different scenes. And so they essentially make whatever they want, basically, just using the show footage. They even have a spin-off series where literally the first episode, they send Spike, Celestia, and Luna to the moon. So, it's like all this sort of stuff where you can do anything you want. And again, the abridged format is changing over time. Now, on March 25th of 2016, Royal Correspondence makes its debut, and this is sort of a clash between Friendship is for Adults and Scooter Tricks again. It's another crossover type thing where the Lunas of each series sort of send each other letters. And the episodes are about they focus on the princesses basically and what happened that day and that kind of thing. And this is a really good time for Scooter Tricks and Friendship is for Adults. They're both, Friendship is for Adults goes from a couple hundred subscribers to a couple thousand. And then Scooter Tricks, I think, breaks 10,000 at this point. So both series definitely benefit from this collaboration. And then we get to our next key series. Now, and this is the most different. This one is so different in terms of abridged format that I actually don't know if it is an abridged series. But it is very debatable on whether or not it is. This is, of course, May 3rd of 2016, DWK's Totally Legit Recap series. And again, going with this theme of, it's just completely different from what your typical abridged series is. By definition, I think it is, though, from our definition that we have up there. Now, August 7th of 2016, Friendship is for Adults. This is a sad day for them because they make essentially their last episode. They will stop production for years after this date. Now, they're still going. I have some background information that they're making more episodes, or they're trying to. They're doing it. I swear. But as of this moment, there is no Friendship is for Adults here on out. August 8th, we get Major League Pony, so just a day after that, which is another series that comes out, and it does its thing. Then we get October 1st of 2016, Scooter Tricks again makes another bold claim. This time, not 6, but 7 episodes in 1 month. It's going to be great. However, the creator, myself, gets sick due to stress, and we fail. We fail miserably at the weekly episodes, and will actually not be active for another 4 months. So this hits Scooter Tricks pretty hard, and then by the time the series comes back in February of the next year, it will never be as productive again. It's never going to do the famously first of every month schedule that it used to do. So this is kind of where Scooter Tricks takes a dive here. So both those teams sort of lose something in 2016. Now, on October 8th of 2016, we get the Pony Horror Abridged series, and again, it's kind of pushing things a bit. Instead, the characters are now completely different. They now represent different horror movie monsters, and kind of just a different angle on the abridged format. Again, there's 30 abridged series out there of My Little Pony, so all these people are trying to make something new. I also have word that this series was also influenced by that top 10 list way back in 2015. And Classy Raccoon Productions makes their last episode on October 11th, and they end, again, just sort of moving on to other projects. Another series that comes out on December 16th is the Party Cannon Productions, and they make their first abridged series, hosting only 1 episode, I believe. So now we get to 2017. Sorry, you had to look at Trixie drinking that whole time. So then we get to 2017, and this is just a year of death. A lot of series just die off. On January 28th of 2017, the Mentally Advanced series officially ends. This is not due to Hasbro, though. Greg has finally beaten Hasbro, but at this point, it's the show itself that has just kind of moved on from what he enjoyed back in the past. And so he starts to make a new series to try and parody what's going on in the actual show. And this will be the Nepotism Adventure series. Damn chair. Okay. So, so the Mentally Advanced series, though, it ends after having a massive career, spouting 2 series, having the most subscribers of any Pony Abridged series. So just a slew of accomplishments for this one. Then on February 14th of 2017, Friendship is Pandering makes its debut, and this one, again, right off the bat, like by episode 3, Discord is already loose and he's manipulating things, and there's all sorts of story going on in this series. So again, kind of moving past the traditional abridged series. Then on June 30th, the Brony Tales ends, and November 28th, the Nepotism Adventure series, the one that Greg just started, ends after 2 episodes. This is due to YouTube, the algorithms not benefiting animations. He can't live off these animations, and so the series ends. And then December 19th of 2017 sees the end of Ultra Fast Pony, the one that has been going on for so long. They finally end in 2017. To my knowledge, I don't know for sure. Maybe he'll come back, but to my knowledge, it's like this is the last episode that we see of him. So then we get to 2018, and literally nothing happens in 2018. Nothing major, I think. I guess Scooter Tricks gets a panel at BronyCon, so it's the 3rd series to get a panel at BronyCon. Scooter Tricks 25 comes out. It's great. You should go watch it. And then finally we have a timeline of sort of when each abridged series was running around, and that kind of thing. It's not, this doesn't count for the spaces though. There are definite gaps in here. For some of the series. Friendship is for Adults, for example, still technically going on my list there, but for half of that, it's not doing anything. Same thing for the Brony edition is the same kind of deal. And so that's pretty much the history of it. So projecting into the future of what might happen. So the biggest thing to come out this year of 2019 is almost certainly going to be the Scooter Tricks movie. Which is rumored to be about 40 minutes to an hour long. It's currently in production and will be out in just a couple months. It's going to be a massive project. Do not miss it. You have to watch it. Go and watch it. And then Scooter Tricks will also be ending this year as well, with episode 26, hopefully around BronyCon. DWK is still going strong. We still have Friendship is for Adults is promised to make more episodes. That's still going. We still have the Pony Horror Bridge series. That's still going. Friendship is Pandering. Despite all of the problems that the series has been going through, it is still gutting through it and is still going on. And of course, Dual Shade Studios is still making their series. Now, to kind of go back on once again to our quote. I'll leave this up actually, but going back to our quote on and what the analysis community said about what an abridged series was. I think overall just things evolve, because you take Mentally Advanced series, for example, and this series just like it started out as, kind of conventional, but by the end it's like doing its own animated stuff, and doing its own thing, basically. It evolved over time. Scooter Tricks is the same way, started out kind of conventional. By the end, its latest episode has like most of it is like either original content or stuff from like fan videos. It's not even the original episode anymore. And it has a whole war plot and everything. So there's that as well. Witchcraft, again, was always very different. And, and it even ends with stuff like doing the panel script reading as one of its episodes. Friendship is for Adults. Most of its stuff is it's moving to still frames and pictures now, just because the footage does not support where the story is going. So I think overall, like the Pony Abridged series just kind of evolved over time. Maybe it's just because there's so many of them and they want to be different, or maybe it's just because there's so much passion in this sector of the Brony fandom. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the history of the My Little Pony Abridged series. So, yes, I will. I'll make sure to upload the graph. Don't worry. So thank you all so much. I can take questions now and any discussion points if you guys have any. And thank you all so much for listening. We see like 100 people here, so that's great. I'm glad that so many of you were interested in this. So, yeah, thank you very much. I'll leave this up so that we can, but I can see the chat now though. So, does a nutshell count? I have not heard of it. Oh, the nutshell. Oh, I don't. Maybe I don't. Well, no, it's not using the original source material. I don't think a nutshell would count as an abridged series. Yeah, there's a redub of Scooter Tricks where they're doing female voices for the Scooter Tricks characters, so you can go and check that out. That's being made right now. Yes, I have a question. Why is Pony Horror Abridged your favorite? It's the owl. The owl told me that it was my favorite. I have not watched Dragon Ball Super. Sorry. What is your favorite abridged series from any anime cartoon? It's actually the pony ones, but I don't think I can pick a favorite just because I really like a lot of the stuff that they do. Like Witchcraft, I really love just the feel of it. I love the feel of it. I love the music. The music is just so like advanced compared to everything else, and it's just got a lot of great lines and everything. But then you have Mentally Advanced, which has like the best characters, and it's got some funny moments. It's so funny sometimes, and then you got Friendship is for Adults, where I really get engaged with the characters, and that's just really fun. Ultra Fast, that's like the funniest one. So I really like a lot of the pony ones, but let's see. Steve Manish. Oh, no, I don't. Hang on. What am I planning on doing after the movie in 26? Hopefully making my own series. And I have a short film currently in production. I'm trying to fund it right now. It's just like a short little animation. But I'm talking with Deadly Comics right now about that, and he's very interested in the project. Let's see. What is the female Scooter Tricks called? I believe it's just called Scooter Tricks the Abridged, the redub. I think you can probably find it. Yeah, it's pretty easy to find if you just type that in. What is your least favorite abridged series? I don't know. I don't know if I don't. I'd have to think about it. I don't know. If it's Pony, I don't know. Yeah. Yep, so much to watch now. Yeah, go check these out. These are, a lot of these are really good. I highly recommend some of them. Which one is the one who inspired you to begin Scooter Tricks? That would be Friendship is Witchcraft. Mainly because we saw it and it was just really fun to watch, and we're like, oh man, we can make an abridged series like that. But then I would say, like, in terms of the actual writing for Scooter Tricks, I'd say it's probably the Mentally Advanced is a huge influence for us as well. But the probably those two are the biggest influences for us. Excuse me. I have watched SAO Abridged. That's pretty good. You forgot about Horse. Is Horse an abridged? So that's another one. I'm not sure if that's an abridged series. I'm not sure if Horse is. It's good. Go check out Horse. Go check out the DWF as well from that. That is fantastic. I never thought I'd like wrestling, but that is so fun. Let's see. What about Nepotism, the episode 2 series by Don? Yes, yeah, I mentioned that one. That one sort of it was kind of Greg's last attempt at doing that, but then again, it's like the YouTube algorithms weren't working out, and he couldn't live off of that, so he kind of just went more to comics and kind of stayed away from the pony stuff. ZX Insanity. No idea. What's your favorite original series music that isn't FIW or Scooter Tricks? I would say Friendship is for Adults, actually. I think they have some really good soundtrack. Really good tracks there. I was playing some tracks here before the stream began, so I highly recommend that one. Mentally Advanced also has some really catchy tunes, though, so I would say maybe that one as well. I have unfortunately seen the teaser of the finale, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. But then I watched it. I'm like, they spoiled every single thing in that episode. I kind of care now. I didn't think that was possible, but they made me care. It's kind of annoyed me a bit. All right, I'm gonna try and catch up with some of these. Let's see. Oh yeah, NAS was discontinued. I think what he likes to say is like permanently on hiatus. But I don't see it coming back unless something happens with YouTube. But even then, it's like I don't think he just has passion for the show anymore. The My Little Pony. What's wrong? What's wrong with Scooter Tricks music? I like the Scooter Tricks music. He was saying like which music did I like besides Witchcraft and Scooter Tricks? Let's see. Which series has your favorite opening? Scooter Tricks. I like the Scooter Tricks one. I of course have to say Witchcraft. That has such a clever opening theme. But I would say like a close second would be The Friendship is for Adults, just because it sets the tone so well. So I really like that one. Sorry about my cat. She's meowing in the background. How do you feel about the show about to end? I want it to end just because I want. It's like you can't keep doing a show where they keep on learning the lessons over and over again. Like of course, like if you know, like it's like I still like the show, but I want it to end so that it's we can move on. We'll have something else, hopefully something better. I saw one episode of FIFA and they have Tenacious D song reference in it. They have a lot of those in that. Will Scooter Tricks have more songs sung? No. Maybe, but no. I don't know. That was an experiment where I didn't like the song in Scooter Tricks, but I don't know. Anything is possible. Let's see. Says Ross Pitt. What is your favorite incarnation of each of the main 6? Ooh. I'll try to be quick. So I like the mentally advanced Twilight. I like the ultra fast Pinky. Damn. I don't know, Rainbow Dash is so hard because it's like there's Friendship is for Adults, mentally advanced, have like, I'm not counting Scooter Tricks in any of these because I don't even know. But it's like, I don't know. Fluttershy would probably be mentally advanced. Mentally advanced takes most of them, I think, except for Rarity. Ultra Fast has Rarity. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I'm Sav. You haven't heard of. I'll go and check it out. I'll go and check that out. I may have heard of it. But I don't know. Is Stalin gonna be in the Scooter Tricks movie? No. The bird. What? What story event could cause an ultimate collab of all Abridged universe in your opinion? I don't know. A lot of them are just kind of dead at this point, and like the creators have sort of matured and moved on, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that would be even possible. Let's see. How long is Scooter Tricks going to continue? So we are supposed to end the series this year, around the time of BronyCon, with episode 26. That's the plan right now. I know, oftentimes the plan, or that quote about the, damn it, I forgot the quote. It's about the no battle plan ever survives contact with the enemy. But that's the plan. Let's see. Are you gonna give G5 a chance once it's out? Of course, yeah. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm not sure if I'll continue it, but I'll definitely give it a chance. Let's see. Have you watched Finals Big Night at the Inverted Shadow? It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it. Maybe. See a Blue Bomber? Let's see. What kind of witchcraft is the best? Friendship is witchcraft. That's what. Uh-oh. Did the stream die? Oh, yeah, let's keep that live. Let's see. No, there will not be a Sweetie. I don't know. Maybe there's a Sweetie Hell 2 coming up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That was just a random video, so. Do you play Magic the Gathering? No, I do not. I do play Pokemon, though. I do play the Pokemon card game. So, I know it's like a children's card game, but I don't know. But that's like the one other children's card game that I like playing. Stream is nice, bro. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That looks like all the questions. Oh. Why is General Bell living with Rarity anyway? Well, it's like, that's her cover. That's her cover. It's like they're sisters, quote unquote. But that's Sweetie Belle's cover for being in Ponyville. God, that poor cat. You guys better think of questions. I'm gonna end this soon. Who's your favorite? Well, okay, so my favorite MLP character in canon is Trixie. It's been Trixie for years now. But I do like other characters like Colgate or Minuet. I'm sorry, Minuet. I do like. I guess Fluttershy's come back around as my favorite of the main 6. Yeah, I do like Vapor Trail. I like all those characters. Will there still be a Scooter Tricks movie? Of course. Yeah, that's coming out in a couple months. So get ready for that. Get hyped for that. Oh, now the questions are coming in. Do you think this history could be its own video? It is its own video. This is going to be uploaded to YouTube later on. So there you go. How much does it take to create a Scooter Tricks episode from start to end? So in the beginning, it took a month. And this is just when I wasn't doing any extra stuff like the animation and getting other voice actors and stuff. So when it's just you, I could do it in about a month and have like a lot of writing and everything. But nowadays, because of all the collab type stuff I do for each episode, it's like it takes a bit more time than that. You can't animate something like Applejack's crying scene in the Scooter, or like the battle scene. You can't do that in a month. But I would say like generally it would be like the first like 2 weeks would be writing the script, and then 2 to 3 weeks would be writing the script, and then the last week would be editing the episode, record it and edit it. But it was effort, but it's good. I stayed up for some late nights working on that thing, but some of the episodes, but yeah. Why do you like Trixie so much? Because it's adorable. I don't know. It kind of stemmed maybe from more fan interpretations, I think, originally. But I don't know, maybe she just kind of reminds me of me a little bit. But I don't know. I guess I like the potential of her character, and like I like to think of like what happened to her to, have her push people away so much. It's like she has only one friend. It's like something happened. What's and then but she's like she's dedicated to practicing her craft and everything, and I don't know. Also, I really like her design as well. That's another big reason. Which Scooter Tricks character is the most lethal? Celestia is definitely the most lethal character. She will mess you up. Did you hear about SweetieBot project, and what do you think about them? Yeah. So the SweetieBot project, so it sounds like it's really neat. That's the robot one where they're building a real SweetieBot. But that sounds really neat. I need to see more videos on that and see their progress. I know, why are the background ponies so cute? I know. Just make them the characters. Let's see. No, there will not be another Bean Quest episode. However, if you join our Patreon, you can see episode 2 of Bean Quest, which has half the dialogue on it, but all of the stuff is edited, so you can see it. Do you read fan fiction? I've read fan fictions. It's not something that I do in my spare time, but I have read some. I do really like Turnabout Storm. I know that's not reading, but Turnabout Storm's probably my favorite fan fiction. I've read the first 1/8, I think, of Fallout Equestria. It's well written. Um, and then the one I always like think of, I've read like Lyra's one and everything, but the one I always think of is Friendship is Grievous, which is a crossover between My Little Pony and Star Wars, and it's basically just like the first like I'm reading it and it's like it's so good. All the characters are on point. It's really, really, really well written, and all the characters are there, and like no one dies. That was like my biggest fear. Oh, please no one die. And then like the fic ends, and I'm like, yes, yes, no one died, and they go and get away. But then I find out that there's a whole second half to the fan fiction. And I start looking at the names of the titles, and it's like The Scorching of Equestria. And I'm like, oh no. So I didn't read past that. All I got was like some of the characters died, and Luna loses her horn or something. I don't know. Discord's killed. Sorry for spoilers. So, yeah. I'll take a look at that Equestria Girls EX thing that people keep posting. Your voice of Rainbow Dash, right? Okay. Stop asking for Bean Quest. We don't need it. Have you read Twilight Goes to Bed? No. I've read a fan fiction about a Discord character that we made called Jolly Rancher. That like that's I'm not sure if that's what that fan fiction is called. Twilight Goes to Bed, but probably not. Let's have another watch party. Okay. I found your channel on top best MLP animation. Oh, what? We're on a top best M. Oh, was that like the top 25 list? I don't know. You don't need Bean Quest. We don't need a Jolly Rancher the Abridged either. Yeah, I have read Something Sweet to Bite, which is just, it's just gore. It's like, I don't know. We did reference Something Sweet. We've referenced a couple fan fictions actually in the series. I think actually every single fan fiction I've referenced in Scooter Tricks I have read, because we referenced Lyra's one, and we referenced the Something Sweet to Bite, and Cupcakes. We referenced that one. Really love your channel. You make me laugh. I mostly love the two sisters chatting. Oh, well, thank you very much. Gonna ask again if there's a big old fight between all abridged main sixes, which would win. I would say either the Mentally Advanced series or Friendship is for Adults. Both of those teams have, they have some power behind them. Like Friendship is for Adults, like they'll kill people and they don't care. But then Mentally Advanced has Twilight mainly. Like Twilight is like super powerful. I guess I don't know. It's between those two. Those two, I don't know which one of them would win. I am not the snack. Let's see. So those of you read, which fan fiction did you enjoy most? Of the ones I read. I couldn't put down Friendship is Grievous. I gotta admit, I was hooked on that one. I remember I was editing like episode 9 of Scooter Tricks, and I'm like, I have to edit, but I really want to read what's next, and so I had to keep on going back, and I had to finish it before I could actually finish Scooter Tricks episode 9, because it was like, I don't know, it was annoying. So I'm like, okay, I'll just finish reading this thing, and then I'll work on the episode, because I won't be thinking about it. So probably that one, I'd say, is probably the one that I liked or I was enjoying the most. So what, from what I remember, you won't continue Scooter Tricks after season 1. Do you have anything else planned? Kind of. We do. There's a music video that I've been wanting to do for a couple of years. Maybe we'll do that this year and get that out. But it's a fun music video, but it requires a lot of editing. But maybe I'll do that for the channel this year as well. Jack, just want to say that episode 25 had me shook. I was legit like messed up about it for a few days. That cliffhanger. Well, thank you very much. That's what I'm intending to do there. Still waiting for Red Wall Bridge. Yeah, I'm not seeing that continuing. It might. It really kind of depends on if the Canterlot wants to continue, which I know they do, but they have to get their I don't know. I guess they have to like get into a comfortable position because right now I know Kai, the creator, he's focusing on Friendship is for Adults right now. He's trying to get that out. Let's see. If Gen 5 is good, would you make an abridged of that? I wouldn't say no. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Abridging is very fun, and if Gen 5 is good, and I really like it, I don't know, but I might be doing like actual stuff at that point, like having like an actual job in film at that point. So Scooter Tricks is kind of tying me down a little bit in that sense, where it's like I kind of have to finish this before I move on to other stuff. What's your favorite MLP fan song at this moment? So it has actually been this one for a while. It's the Living Tombstones remix of Pinky's Brew. I love the chorus of that. It has been the catchiest thing. That's still my favorite song. I do also listen to the I know it's like, oh, a bridge series, that's your favorite song. But I do also listen to the Chin Up, Don't Bet on Sinking Ships song from the Mentally Advanced series. All right, I'll do a couple more questions here because we are out of time. So our time on HAHcon has ended. My time is come. Where is MLP Abridged 26? It comes out around BronyCon. Okay. Are you planning on killing off any characters? How do you know I haven't killed off any characters already? Yeah. Pinky handing a cupcake was an incredibly funny and grotesquely terrifying moment. Good. Thank you to the shout out for Little Cat Productions. Go check him out. That he composed the music for the last episode 25 of Scooter Tricks. He's a fun guy too. Go and check him out. He's great. It was nice listening to this, and I enjoy the series. Best of luck with whatever happens. Well, thank you very much, Equestria or Exploration. Let's see here. Who is your least favorite character? Twist. Everyone's like, Twist. I'm not a huge fan of. Twist is just like, I don't hate Twist. It's just I don't really like Twist. Let's see. So here are the small tack questions for bronies, which you probably answered a million times already. Who is your favorite pony? When did you join the fandom? So my favorite pony is Trixie. It's been that way for years now. I think it was I actually liked Trixie before I started watching the show, just because of this one image I saw in the Brony documentary, and I was like, ooh, oh, who's this one pony that's like at eye level with Twilight, and she's got like this cool wizard hat in it. So I liked Trixie before I watched the show. But I got into the fandom sort of very late 2013, I guess, is when I was like doing a lot of research on it, and then in 2014 I'm like, all right, I'm a brony, okay. So 2014, I like to say like January 1st of 2014 is when I joined the fandom. I remixed that remix, didn't post it anywhere, just wondered if that would be an interesting thing, y'all. Go for it, do it. Let's see here. You're doing an amazing job. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Trixie is my favorite. All right. So, I guess we'll end it there. So thank you all very much. I'm going to be on Discord for a bit. So if you're on our Scooter Tricks Discord, I'll probably be in the voice chat there, for more discussion type stuff. So, but other than that, thank you all very much. This was a lot of fun, and, yeah, I hope the, no, that didn't work. Oh no. I'll cut this part out later. Hang on. That's the, okay. Aha! All right. Well, I'll see you.